Hello, all. I'm your favorite host, Sharath, and welcome to Money TV International. Today, we are thrilled to share an extraordinary event coming your way from Akshay Patra. We have with us some interesting guests Kiran Kothari ji, Biren Shah ji, and Anil Patel ji, who are co chairs of Tri State Area USA of Akshay Patra. And we're going to talk about them, about the big event. I'm not going to spill the beans. We'll go into the questions directly. First of all, welcome to our show, sir. Everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on to our show. My question goes to Kiran Kothari ji. Tell me a little bit about yourself in Akshay Patra and also talk a little, dive deep into Akshay Patra's mission and activities.
Sure. Well, first of all, I want to thank Mana TV International for giving us this wonderful opportunity to talk to your listeners about Akshay Patra and its mission and what we exactly do. Akshay Patra is an organization, it's the world's largest NGO feeding children in government schools in India. And what we do is just one simple thing, but we do it on a very, very large scale. When I say large scale, so let me go to the history. We started in year 2000, and our mission is no child in India shall be deprived of education because of hunger. To that end, we feed kids midday meals in government schools. We started in year 2000. We fed 1,500 to 2,000 kids that year. Fast forward to year 2024. This year, using our sophisticated high-tech kitchens all over the country in India, we feed 2.2 million kids in over 20,000 schools in India, in 15 states and 2 union territories. So it's all over the country. That's the scope of what Akshay Patra does. And once we started, our activity, it became clear to us that three things were extremely important. First thing was nutrition. We want to make sure the food that we serve is nutritious. Second thing was it has to taste good. Otherwise, if you don't give tasty meal to the kid, guess what happens? They do not eat, right? And the third thing is hygiene. Extremely important. We are talking about feeding over 2 million kids. It has to be really safe. So hygienically safe. And that's what we do at our kitchens using high technology. It's very safe. All meals are prepared literally every day. And we process over 500 tons of food every single day.
Wow.
Yeah. What it means is we have buying power and economies of scale. And that's the reason why using our latest technology equipment and using our efficient processes, we are able to serve one child for an entire school year midday meal for just $20. I look at the $20 bill in a different way. Just imagine that. If if I can give you an example, if you go out for a pizza pie and a Coke, guess what? It costs $20. Right? For that price, we are able to feed one child in India for an entire school year. And what this does, once kids know that they're getting a nice meal in the school, the enrollment goes up. They now learn. They have healthy body, healthy mind, and literally they get educated. And the next thing is now they have ability to come out of the cycle of poverty. This is Akshay Patra's mission, and that's our main activity.
Wonderful, wonderful. Actually, I have no words. Overwhelmed. Just was searching for words because it's such an emotional journey you explained in few words. But I know that the journey is long since 2000. I know how many lives you have touched. I mean, really hearty congratulations from the team of Money Team International to all of you for
Thank
such
you.
a noble cause. I mean, words are inadequate for the kind of service you're doing for children and serving food, especially when you mentioned nutrition, taste, and hygiene. I was like taken aback, and I mean, what a cause, what a uh, idea. And just before I ask the next question to Birenji, I mean, out of curiosity, I'm asking, how did the idea come? I mean, where did this instigate? And I mean, this thing to serve the kids or
So it,
to feed the poor.
sure. So let's go back to year 2000. So Swami Prabhupada was in his temple sitting and looking outside,
Hmm.
and he saw children fighting with stray dogs for a piece of roti.
Oh,
And he said,
that's
this
sad.
should not happen. And
Hmm.
that's where the inspiration came. And that's when he started. He went to the government school, talked to them, and says, we would like to start a kitchen and feed midday meals to children. And they started the first year. And then, it's a government and private partnership. But a lot of private companies also felt that this was a fantastic idea of serving meals and educate the children. So that's really how the whole process started.
Wonderful, wonderful. I mean, all of your contribution is there. I think the divine was as well with you all to
Absolutely right.
continue with this. And may God bless you all, and may you feed many and touch lives. Rather, as you said, education is also an important aspect of Akshay Patra too. I'm very sure that you know your motives will not go in vain. You'll grow and grow and grow, and that's our wish from not only us, from everybody who knows the noble motives and the missions and activities of Akshay Patra.
Thank you.
Uh, Congrats once again, Kiranji. So I'll go to
Okay.
thank you. I'll go to Birenji. Birenji, welcome again to our show. Very much
Thank you.
excited to talk to you. My question to you is expound about Akshay Patra's social impact and their and your long-term goals and how you're going to execute and your role as well as a co-chair in Akshay Patra.
So again, thank you, Sharat and Mana TV, for having us and giving us this opportunity to talk a little bit about the cause that we all care so deeply about. I am, as Kiran mentioned, all of us are co-chairs of the Tri-State chapter of Akshay Patra USA. So within Akshay Patra USA, which is the umbrella organization, there's separate chapters set up for each of the major metro areas. So we are part of the Tri-State, the New York Tri-State area, and we're part of the board of the Tri-State of Akshay Patra, and we have a wonderful team of volunteers, about 150 or so volunteers in our area that all come together to organize amazing events. And we'll talk more about one of the events that's coming up later.
Mm-hmm.
So that is, I have been associated with Akshay Patra for 7 years now. And every time I read about Akshay Patra, I visit the kitchens, and I visited a couple of the kitchens in India. It gives me goosebumps. I mean, plain and simple. Watching the operation happening in the kitchen, where, as Kiran mentioned, fresh meals are cooked in a matter of 4 to 6 hours every single day, in these centralized kitchens that we have all over India, producing meals, as many as 150,000 meals in some cases, all being prepared from scratch, coming together in 4 to 6 hours, and then delivered in climate controlled vans over to about 500 or 600 schools in the
Wow.
neighboring areas. And the look of glee on the kids' on the kids' faces when they have those that truck rollover and a hot meal that comes to them, it is priceless. There's very few things in life that can compare to the sheer joy, unbridled joy that you can get in watching those kids
I'm
eat
sure.
those. So you asked a little bit about the social impact of Akshay Patra.
Mm-hmm.
India, as we all know, is a shining story of amazing growth in the last 2 decades. Fifth largest economy in the world now, lifted, I don't know, 400 million people out of poverty and into middle class. All those wonderful stories. Yet there is the other side of India, which we tend to forget, that for many people in India, the benefits of this economic growth are still evasive. Um,
Mm-hmm.
by some estimates, 70% of Indian families are still getting by with a meager income of less than $2 a day. I mean, that is just sustenance. And more importantly for Akshay Patra, and really it hurts us to know this, that 60 million kids in India are still malnourished. So the size of the opportunity is massive. And Akshay Patra continues to really work in that area. These are the children that Akshay Patra is serving, and that is really the power of a meal that allows these kids and their families to break out from the cycle of poverty. You know, the motivation of getting a hot meal is what keeps these kids coming to school, and that is what retains them in school, allows them to complete their schooling and continue on for higher education, and essentially creating this kind of upward mobility for millions of families that operate at the bottom of the pyramid in India. So that is a social impact. There have been many independent studies done by the likes of Harvard Business School and Nielsen, which is a top evaluation agency, and other credible organizations. They've quantified the positive impact that Akshay Patra has had on increasing school enrollment and retention, especially among girl children, where often girls are the forgotten ones. But Akshay Patra has had some very meaningful impact on all of these things, enrollment and retention, among girls in particular, lower dropout rates, and stronger social development. Normally these kind of social intervention programs take 2 to 3 generations to really take hold. In the case of Akshay Patra, as Kiran mentioned, we started only in 2000. So in just about one generation, or even less than one generation, we've seen phenomenal outcomes. And that's the reason why Harvard has written this up as a case study, because it's truly remarkable. That is really the social impact of Akshay Patra, to answer your question. If you ask about long-term goals, so before long-term, in the near term, next year, our goal is to reach 3 million kids. So currently, as Kiran said, we're feeding 2.2 million kids. By next year, we'll be feeding 3 million. And in a couple of years following that, it'll be 5 million. So that is all great. It'll continue us on the right trajectory. But if you ask me, where do we see ourselves in the next 20 years? So typically, when you ask an organization, let's say a company, where do you see yourself in 20 years? You might get an answer like, our sales might grow X billion dollars, or if it's some other organization, they might say that we expect to reach X million more people. Um, in our case, I would say our long-term vision for the next 20 years, in the next 20 years or so, is that Akshay Patra shouldn't exist as an organization. We should be obsoleted. And you would ask why? Well, India is doing so remarkably well that there should not be a need for an organization like Akshay Patra to
Right.
feed underprivileged kids in 20 years. I say that partly as a joke and just to make a dramatic point, but that would be sort of a great aspirational area that India continues on this upward momentum that it's on, lifting out many more millions of people out of poverty, that the country continues to do well and is able to really feed every single child so that no child is deprived of education due to hunger. And an organization like Akshay Patra should not even need to be around. So
Wonderful.
I'll stop there.
Wonderful, wonderful. I don't know where to even start appreciating your articulation, Birenji. Beautifully explained, beautifully elucidated about the long-term goals and social impact. You know, what a vision indeed. I mean, I was like, for a split second, my heart skipped a beat when you said that. I mean, it takes guts to say somebody. I mean, it takes guts for someone to say that, hey, I want, this thing wants to be obsoleted. Pun intended. I mean, we wish Akshay Patra does, many other things, provided every child and everybody then in the future, are all well equipped and educated and well fed and hale and healthy. But definitely, I know Akshay Patra will pick up another powerful mission as well uh, for the global good. So I'm really impressed. I'm really touched, actually, really by your answers. Congrats to you. Congrats to all of you once again. That's what is coming to my mind is appreciation and appreciation for Akshay Patra. Thank you so much. When you were talking about this large scale meals and in such a strategic way and to each and everybody. I'm going to come to Kiranji. Kiranji, are you guys employing anything like Lean Six Sigma or any management kind of a scientific method for this thing? Because to generate so many thousands and millions of meals is not easy.
Yeah, I think Birenji will have more details, but in general, we are using the latest technology in our kitchen. And we have also started using artificial intelligence as well.
Wow.
Both things combined with, so giving an example of where we have come, we have machines that make roti. One machine can make 60,000 rotis in 1 hour. That's the kind of equipment we have. We have rice cauldrons, they make like tons and tons of rice. So this equipment, and then the important thing for Akshaya Patra is to sustain this program, because it's not just that we feed, this is every day that we have to prepare meals. And so sustaining means our processes have to be so well designed and they need to be so efficient so that we continue to keep the cost at the level that we are at, because that's most important thing. If the cost goes up, then we cannot feed as many kids, and that's not what we want to do. So that's why we use technology so well. And then, if you want to please add some more details, please go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, to answer your question, yes, we do use Six Sigma. I'm not an engineer, but I know that we do use Six Sigma. And to Kiran's point, all of the processes are very well thought through. I mean, these are experts in the field. From a nutritional perspective, we have the top nutritionists in the world that have actually designed the menus to make sure, it's not just about feeding the kids some food, but meals that are nutritionally balanced, healthy, and as Kiran said, they're fresh and hot, so that kids actually like to eat them. One of the things early on in Akshaya Patra's journey we learned is that it's sort of one of those things that we all know, we take for granted, but you better have kids that are tasty, that are adaptable to the local palate. So you can't possibly serve sambar to kids in Punjab, or you can't serve, you can't serve rotis to the kids in the South, things like that. So they're all customized with local tastes. And a lot of effort has gone in developing the menu and making sure that it's something that the kids really love and they're nutritionally balanced and healthy.
Wonderful, wonderful. Actually, before coming to the interview, I heard about Akshaya Patra. I've spoken to people who spoke about Akshaya Patra and been associated with some people back there. But I'm really feeling privileged to get first-hand information from you guys about how you're impacting so many lives, especially when you spoke about curating meals as per the locality and the region. And who takes such care? I'm like absolutely moved, and definitely a divine force is there. But all of you guys efforts, I have no idea how you guys are even pulling all these things together. I can't even imagine how much of hard work goes into this noble cause. Kudos once again. Thank you so much, Birenji, for that
Thank
answer
you.
and for being so articulate. So, coming to Anilji, welcome again.
Thanks, Anand.
Welcome to our show. Welcome to Mana TV International's special show on Akshaya Patra. My question to you will be tell me how one can help or participate as a volunteer, be it adults or youth, being part of the grassroots movement in the US to help children in India. And how are you contributing and your role as well? Give us some tidbits about that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, and thanks to Mana TV again. As we all started 6-7 years back, when we were talking about 1.5 million kids, and now we have reached to 2.2 million and growing further. The community, Indian community in these countries are growing, and they are growing at very fast pace. To take advantage now in 3 states, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, if we say 150 to 200 volunteers, if you can use your media and spread the word, I am sure there will be another 200,
Definitely.
and the speed will be much faster. The idea of getting together, we also arrange community activities. One Gala is our main event, of course, once in a year, but we also do golf outing, we do walkathon, and try to engage more and more people, like-minded people, to come and join us. But it takes time. So your media will definitely help in a much better way. Once we have a larger crowd and our reach increases, the cause is such, we do not have to explain and convince anyone to contribute. It is such a good cause, poverty, hunger and illiteracy, both addressed simultaneously by one activity, and that is Akshaya Patra. So reaching more and more people is very essential and required. Now, how anyone can engage? Like we sitting here, what we can do is raise the funds. There are different ways to raise the funds and give our contribution so that Akshaya Patra in India can grow further. From 37 kitchens, we have reached to 62 plus kitchens. That is where it is going. So there are different level of sponsorship. You can register online. AkshayaPatraUSA.org is the website that they have to go first. And contribution can be from kitchen sponsorship, starting from 1 million to all the way down to $20, as Kiran mentioned.
Correct.
$20 is feeding one kid for one entire academic year. Now you can imagine that just your $20 is not giving a food. It is supporting 1 year of education. You feed one kid $20 every month. The kid is taken care for up to the board education. Let us take it that way. And look at the difference you have made in that kid's life. A kid struggling to make one meal and reaching to the level of independent life and probably even studying further. We do not know. There must be so many cases. They have studied further education. They have managed on their own and they have become independent. So it is not only a food. It is intangible benefit at the end of your contribution. That is where it goes. And we are not talking about 50, 100 schools. It's almost 2.2 million kids every day. So they are all benefited like this. Now coming mainly to Gala. Gala we organize once in a year. So register online and the event is on 12th of October. There is a keynote speaker. Our Consul General is our main guest of honor. And the event is at the Newark Marriott Hotel. So they can register and attend the event.
Sure. Thank you so much. Anilji. Birenji, more information, if you can give, if you can expound and expand about the 2024 Gratitude Gala, which falls on October 12th, 2024. And incidentally, I think it's the day of Dashera also, an auspicious day. So,
Yes.
and that's a lovely thing to put forward. So, your words about the gala to our audience.
Yeah, so as Anil mentioned, we're having a gala coming up. This is an annual fundraising gala. It is on October 12th this year. Usually we have it in the October-November timeframe. We call it the Gratitude Gala because it's a good time to really show our gratitude and contribute towards this cause that we all love. So this year it's on Saturday, October 12th at the Newark Marriott Airport Hotel. And typically, these galas are meant to really galvanize support for Akshaya Patra. It is a fantastic forum to engage the who's who, the top notch of the Indian diaspora in the tri-state area. So industry leaders, people who are entrepreneurs, certainly a lot of physicians, lawyers, the top brass of the Indian society in the US. It's fair to say they're going to be there. We have probably about 500 confirmed, maybe closer to 600 people coming. It's a big event. It is something that is eagerly looked forward to. and the indication is that it's already close to being sold out. There are a few individual tickets there, but all the sponsorship levels are sold out, which is a great place to be, and it really shows how the Indian community comes together and pours their hearts out for a cause like this. We have an amazing special guest. His name is Niren Chaudhary, who was the ex-CEO of Panera Bread, amazing motivational speaker. And some of your audience members may have seen the movie The Sky is Pink. It is based on his life. The Sky is Pink. It's on Netflix. If they haven't seen it, I highly encourage them to watch it. It's a soul-stirring drama. It's the best way I can describe it. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. It is, as I said, our biggest fundraising event of the year.
Any
always,
entertainment?
We hope to...
How about entertainment, sir? When you said gala,
yeah, good
party, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Good thing you asked me that question, because we have Gala not just about fundraising is an important piece, but we have a fun-filled entertainment. We have Rajiv Satyal, who is one of the top Indian comedians in the US. He's been featured with Hassan Minhaj, with Dave Chappelle, as well as with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He's performed with Prime Minister Modi in front of 18,000 people. He is on Netflix. He's one of the top Indian stand-up comics. So he's going to be MC for the night, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We have some singing entertainment. One of the top choirs in the Princeton, New Jersey area is going to come and perform. And then, of course, in terms of food, we have everyone always raves about the food that is at this gala. Top-notch Mughal caterers who are very well known in this area. And then we top it off with Bollywood dancing at the end. So it's a complete package. We have some inspirational speakers. We have a wonderful comedian. We have singing entertainment. We have great food, and we end it with Bollywood dancing.
Wonderful.
Just to add, the guest list includes CEO Mr. Sivaji from Mana TV International as well. So we thank him for graciously accepting our invitation and attending.
Absolutely. Yeah, he'll be there, and thank you so much. And such a lovely lineup of activities for the Gratitude Gala. Birenji and Anilji both have wonderfully explained. So friends, the link is scrolling on the screen. That is apusa.org. You can go into the events and find out more about the gala and register as well. So thank you so much. For educating all of our Mana TV International audience about the missions and visions and everything about Akshaya Patra. And I have learned a lot today, more than ever. Definitely our support, media support, as Kiranji said, and Anilji said, and Birenji said, our support is always with you to scale more people, to help more people. Will give our best. We will push the boundaries to make sure that more and more people are helped, and definitely more lives are touched and educated, and make everyone's life happy celebration. So congratulations once again to all of you, all three of you. Such an honor, such a privilege for me to interview you guys. Seriously, I really have gratitude for you and Akshaya Patra as well. Starting with Kiranji, all of you, please, if you want to, if you can give your words of wisdom and nuggets and your message to Mana TV International audience before we close the session.
Yeah, so they heard the story about Akshaya Patra and what we do. And what I want to do is to your listeners, whether they are first-time listeners or they have heard about Akshaya Patra, to make a commitment. Decide how many kids you want to make a difference in their life. Just $20 make a difference in life of one child for an entire school year. Think in $20 terms, and then just multiply it based on your ability. but make some commitment, go to our website, become a volunteer, and join our team. You are international. We have chapters all over the country. I'm sure your listeners in USA all over the country. If you're listening to not just the tri-state area, but any area of US, go to the local chapters, join our team, and become a part of it. What we say in our language, tan man and done. You can do seva, right? Well, this is your opportunity to do all three together. So that's my message. Join our team, make us, Akshaya Patra bigger so we can make a difference in children's life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. More power to you and more prosperity to Akshaya Patra so that you can expand more and more. Birenji, your words.
So first, again, thank you so much, Sharath, and to Mana TV for giving us this opportunity. It is so important for media companies like yours to help us amplify our cause because we cannot go around. We don't have millions of dollars to spend on advertising. This is how we spread our word, thanks to folks like you. So really appreciate your helping us amplify the message of this cause. In terms of getting involved with Akshaya Patra, all the things that Kiran mentioned are absolutely valid. What I will add is just one thing. There are very few things in life, in my opinion, where you have a win-win on both sides. In the case of Akshaya Patra, if you decide to donate money to Akshaya Patra, certainly the kids will benefit. They will get the hot, nutritious meals. It'll give them a chance to complete their education and essentially lift themselves and their families out of the cycle of poverty. So it's a win on the kids' side. But more importantly, I will say from personal experience, it will be a huge win for you. The sense of fulfillment, satisfaction, equanimity that you would get as a donor is it'll be a huge win. So think about it that way. There's very few things in life where there's a win-win on both sides. This is one of them. So take full advantage of it.
Thank you, Birenji. And Anilji.
Thank you to you to introduce us to the more listeners. I think Biren's dream come true. That is my wish too. If Akshaya Patra has not to offer incentive for the students to come to the school, and that can only be achieved by 100% literacy in the country. So when the literacy grows, it is developed into a better society and a stronger country. That is our message to all the listeners, and through you that it can benefit to Akshaya Patra, and Akshaya Patra slowly increases the literacy all over the country.
Always, sir. Always a pleasure to help.
Sharath.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Anilji. And thank you, Kiranji. Thank you, Birenji. Thank you, Anilji, for your time and explaining everything about Akshaya Patra and as well about the 2024 Gratitude Gala, which falls on October 12th, 2024. And all the details will be flashed on the screen. And people and guys, please take note and show up there and have fun time and educate yourself more about Akshaya Patra and participate and become volunteers as well, so that you can as well touch many lives, so that you can have the incentive of helping others as it is the real motto of Akshaya Patra. Thank you so much, and just wanted to say that what these lovely people have told is only the tip of the iceberg. What is beneath the iceberg is a lot of hard work, lot of scientific methods, lot of wonderful motives behind. And I wish all the best to Akshaya Patra once again. And listeners, please give your comments and your responses from your heart about how you felt about this session. And let's touch more lives with such an organization like Akshaya Patra. I'm your favorite host, Sharath, signing off today with a wonderful and a positive note.